talking about our best, I'm going to introduce you to April Roper. I'm going to tell you that this woman has a joy-filled smile that lights up the room, and she's multifacetedly talented. I believe her talent and her gift of voice and her ability to share that gift, which actually changes an environment of a room, and that was really her. She was raised to absolutely kind of to galvanize that gift. And so she not only got her degree in that in music, and she taught that in composition, but that carried her into knowing that when you're part of a business and growing a business and you get to pull that into that business, this is what I've watched her do. I've watched her take her ability of presentation, and she can light up an atmosphere of the parties that she does, the marketing plans that she holds, or the business meetings, success meetings that she does. I watch when her energy is high, it's almost like sparklers like fly from her heart and her eyes and her smile. I love the joy that she brings when we're having discussions about things, or we're just talking about new ideas when we're all together. I love the fact that she's a great trainer. She not only knows the concept herself, but she knows how to impart it so someone else can understand it and they can get it, and it can help them move forward. She's a conceptual person. She takes information, she conceptualizes the information, she packs it together, she puts it together, and then she delivers it in such a way that impact, like I said before, makes an influence, causes an influence. She is a woman who takes information. She is a woman who mixes it with her talent. She is a woman who has a clarity of knowing that if the path is simple and clear, then more people will jump upon that path. So with your beauty and your glory and your fun and your sass and your brilliance, April Roper, I would love for you to take it away.
Unmute. Okay, Stacy. Oh my gosh. Thank you for asking me. And you guys, I mean, seriously, who could just not be a better person by listening to Stacy give you affirmations? I mean, really. Thank you so much. So you guys, I'm really excited to be here. And just a note to my friends here on the Zoom, I'm going to pull up my notes so I won't be able to see the chat and stuff. So like if something happens and you need to get my attention, you're going to have to just bust in and interrupt me. Okay. 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 Notes. So I have 3 points for you guys today. So first of all, the first point that I have, if you're with kids, so this is for everybody. If you're with kids, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to go to another room before I say what's next. And I will warn you before I say it. Okay, so now you're on the edge of your seat, right? So the first topic is how to change what you believe. Not just belief, but how to change what you believe. And would you all not agree that Stacy is the absolute best at helping us all know that anything we want in life and business stems from belief? Okay, so what we believe about what we're doing, and if we can do it, is the most important factor for getting what we want. So, okay, is everyone kid-free? Okay. If you're not kid-free, turn down your volume because here I go, and you'll have to watch the replay. Are you ready? How many of you used to believe in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus? Okay. If you did, then you all probably also had a moment where your belief changed at some point. And so maybe even in an instant, right? Like your belief in an instant, you were like, what? Okay. So is it possible to change what you believe based on new information? Yes. So that's actually super exciting. Okay. So we can change what we believe. And so you can turn your volume back up if you're just watching me. Turn it up. Okay, so what is the new information that can change your beliefs about what's possible in your business, which ultimately will create positive and winning results? What is that information, right? You're dying. Okay. If you've been in some of our other trainings lately with the James area, you know that our theme lately has been getting curious. How to get curious. So when you have negative feelings towards something, like, for instance, no one's replying to my text and I will never get where I want to be if no one responds, right? That's just one. There are many, but red alert, right? So ask yourself some questions. So get curious. Instead of judging yourself or ourselves, speaking a lot from personal experience here on this training. So when we get curious, instead of judging, you can ask a question. What am I making it mean that no one is responding? What am I making it mean? So for example, if no one, like maybe your answer to that is your mindset, well, no one wants Mary Kay and they're ghosting me. No one's booking, no one's buying. I don't even know what. They think maybe they're not replying because they think you're silly or whatever. Like yourself will tell you the answer. Okay. You can also ask yourself, what am I afraid of? And, you know, those answers can be a ton of stuff, right? You can fill in the blank. And this takes really getting quiet and listen to your heart, not your head. Okay. Because your head can sometimes just talk you out of it. But here's the interesting thing. Your feelings are valid, even if they're not true. Valid, but not true. They're valid because they're coming from something you believe is true. Okay. So it's like this circle, but your feelings are coming from something you believe is true. So the good news is once you really discover what you believe is true, then you can change what you believe when you acknowledge the truth and the lie about the feelings. So it's really empowering. So give it a try the next time that you feel that twinge of doubt or discouragement. And now, why am I talking about this today? It is July the 31st. It is the last day of the month. So you ask yourself, what am I making this mean? And then let your feelings talk to you. Okay. So point number 2, I have 3 points. Point number 2, finishing strong is a learned skill that can be built over time and strengthened like a muscle. Okay. So I got that quote from Julia Burnett. She talks a lot about finishing strong is a learned skill. And so, question for you. Who is down for finishing every month like a crazy woman with your hair on fire and people think you're totally insane? And you're doing this month after month, right? Okay, no. Although at times that can be exhilarating and necessary, doing that every single month can lead to unhealthy patterns. And like your family is like, what is going on? So this is not recommended as a consistent strategy. Okay. So the ideal scenario, we all know, strong days turn into strong weeks and strong weeks turn into strong months. And that's a great concept, right? Okay, when we put that into practice. However, today is the last day of July. So we're going to talk about what is the key question to your beliefs surrounding what you can finish today. So going back to our belief of how to change what we believe. So I guarantee that none of you woke up 10 days ago or on the, on the 19th of 21st, whatever, 21st of July, 10 days ago, and made the conscious decision that you're giving up. Like no one had that conversation. Like, well, self, today's the day I'm giving up on the month. Woo! That was fun while it lasted. No one does that. It's a subconscious decision, right? So we get discouraged because maybe we haven't seen the results that we wanted. We haven't been able to work the way we wanted to for a million different reasons. And so, this by a certain point in the month, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's a subconscious decision. So from that moment on, we've possibly let things just start coming to us instead of being proactive. And so if this happened to you this month, good news, it's in the past. It is in the past. And we can acknowledge that the rest of today has meaning and value. Okay. So today, with some of our other training lately on the dopamine and creating wins, if you can link creating wins to the reality of what you believe and acknowledging that you're only going to do today what you really believe is true anyway for yourself, then how do we build a bridge? Okay, so my suggestion, if your big goal for the month maybe seems really far away, and we've talked about this in different words, we've talked about this along the way through this month's seminar. Don't be afraid to lower your goal and give yourself a baby step. What? Did she just say lower my goal? Okay. Did I just say that? So yes, because if you can lower your goal, because if you don't believe that your goal is still possible, you have to find a baby step to bridge the gap for yourself, right? Because taking a step builds back confidence. So then you can build on that. But if you do nothing toward a goal or a dream that you had, then chances are pretty high. Like if we don't do something today, chances are pretty high that you won't be motivated to start in August either. I know, because how many times have we said to ourselves, I'll just start August the 1st with a fresh new month, right? But you know what? It's probably a lie that you will start stronger tomorrow, but here's the thing, your mind believes that. So we have to do something to alter the pattern today. Okay, so you know what? Also, your month end today, it's a green light, not a stop sign. So giving up completely does also not create a champion. And I know every single one of us, we want to be champions. We are the James area rock star area, inner circle area. It's like it takes a million times more willpower to get it going again. And it's exhausting. If we repeat this pattern over and over, we eventually stop believing completely. And so circle back to changing your beliefs by getting curious. So ask yourself, what would be an easy win? Just give yourself an easy win, or ask it in a different way. If winning could be easy, what would I do? So, I mean, now this has to be an income producing activity. Like you can't just rearrange your inventory today and be like, whoo, right? No, but what is something that you could call an easy win that you could do literally in 15 minutes? So maybe it's one text follow-up to the gal you thought of right before you fell asleep last night, right? And tell yourself, you know, if time allows, I'll pick another one. But I'm not going to go out of this month with my tail between my legs. No, build yourself a bridge to the next belief. Okay. Okay. Number 3, somewhat unrelated, but I think you'll see the point. It's a Bible story. Okay. So it's a Bible story. It's one of my favorites. If you're familiar with Bible stories, you're going to recognize this. So what this was about is Moses leading the Israelites out of Egyptian captivity as slaves. Okay. Pharaoh and Moses had gone back and forth for days and days about freeing these Israelites. Finally, the Israelites made their escape to run toward the promised land that God had promised their forefathers for generations. They were literally running for their lives toward this promised land. They get to the Red Sea and stop. It's a body of water. Have you ever felt that way? You're running as fast as you can towards something you want, and then something stops you. Something major stops you. Okay, so they look back. The Egyptian army is still chasing them down. They're terrified to the point that they told Moses that they might as well just go back. Moses literally says, so bold, do not fear. Stand by, wait, and see what the Lord will accomplish for you today. You will never see these Egyptians again forever. The Lord will fight for you. Wow. I mean, that is such bold leadership, right? Oh my goodness. So as the leader, Moses said this to the people, and then I'm assuming he was still kind of upset by the situation, because then God has to step in at this point and say to Moses, Why are you crying to me? Tell the Israelites to go forward. I mean, your heart goes out to Moses, right? Okay, so after that, God gives Moses some more details, which I appreciate. I like details. So he's getting some more details. All this is getting ready to take place. So picture this. All night long with the Israelites camping by the edge of the sea, the Bible says the sea is moving and dividing with a strong east wind. The waters were divided. And the sons of Israel went through the middle of the sea on dry land, and the waters were like a wall to their right and their left. The Egyptians were still chasing them. Can you picture how terrifying all this really would have been? I mean, seriously, walking through walls of water. So when I read this, I'm like, was it smelly? I mean, I'm sure it was super uncomfortable, super weird. I mean, could they see fish like in the wall? I don't know. I mean, so they're doing something that no one had ever done up to this point. Well, you'll be glad to know that there is a happy ending, because that day God fought the Egyptians from behind and the Israelites made it across the Red Sea. Okay, so now why am I telling you this story? Because God gives us lots of examples in the Bible about how he chooses to deliver people out of their circumstances. And this single story, as you can see, is packed with lessons that we can internalize for today, July 31st, on this last day of the month. So some of you are running for your life toward the promised land today, right? Instead of looking around, look for the way that God is opening the path to go through. Okay? Because God could have built a bridge. He could have said, let's go over. I'll build a bridge. But he didn't. He could have said, I'm going to build a yellow brick road. Let's go around. But he didn't. And so he showed them that he could deliver them when they followed his instructions. So insert something that maybe God has shared with you, something he's told you to do, something he's called you to. And do not be afraid. He will fight for you, and he is making the path forward. And sometimes through is the only way to what he's called you to. So to wrap up, build yourself a bridge today of belief, finish strong, and when a huge obstacle arises, like your Red Sea moment, when you feel stopped, remember the promises. The Lord will fight for you, and your job is to go forward and through to the other side.
Yay! Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Okay, I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff. I especially love the subconscious decision. Sometimes we make decisions to bail on things or not stay focused on things, and we don't even realize we're making that decision. But the more in tune we are with ourselves, the more we can rectify those things. So that was brilliant. I know there's a lot of brilliant. So Chris Shippey, I think you wanted to share.
Yes, April Roper. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's so many things I love about April Roper. But one of the things you said today was that really, and like Stacy, I'm like flipping through my notes, but today is a green light, not a stoplight. I mean, and Stacy said this a little bit at the beginning, but the way that you break things down for my brain, it just like, right. Like it just, bam, it just hits you. But I have to say, one of the things I love most about April, and I've told her this before, is nobody has inflection of joy in her voice like April Roper. Like, you know, it's April Roper when she's talking, right? And you, even if you're having a day of like blah or doldrums, once she starts speaking, it's like, okay, no more. It's like gone. Just because it's like joy and motion in your voice. So I just love you and appreciate you, my friend. And especially over this last year, I've gotten to work with you a lot more, and it's just been so fun. So you're amazing.
Yay. And Ruthie. Thanks, Chris.
I love me some April Roper. We got to spend time together in Vail, which was fabulous. And Chris is so right with the joy thing. She even has a beautiful heart, the most beautiful trained voice. I mean, it's amazing. But I loved everything you said, but the Red Sea moment, like that could be a new April Roper phrase, the Red Sea moment. I mean, to really walk our people through the fear and everything. And that's one of my favorite verses too. And I always tack on the end of it. You need only to be still. And I don't know if that's in the end of it or not. And I always look at that as what you epitomize. You get still. I mean, picture them coming up to the Red Sea. They were like frozen, like halt.
Right. He
But they
actually
got-
says, yes, in my version, lots of versions, I'm sure.
Right.
Silent was another word. Silent. You're
Uh-huh.
like, oh, gee, yeah.
Yeah. But
They're just like frozen. Yeah.
Right. But that's when we have to allow to let God in or not, and faith or fear, and to move through it. So you've got to pull up your courage. And you've done that a million times with all your moves and your career and everything. And I mean, I do not know one person that does not love April Roper. And one of my things I love too is your accent. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you. This was fabulous and very precise. And yeah, I'm going to use your Red Sea moment all the time, and I'll give you the credit for it at all moments.
Oh.
Yay. I'd agree. And yes, I think that the dazzle of April Roper. But yeah, so the altering your patterns, also altering your pattern today, so that even though we know we can shift in a moment's time to make a decision to create a whole new line and pathway in which we're going to perform. So yay. And I agree, that should be like your new catchphrase.
Love it.
April Roper. Appreciate
Aw,
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yay.
Love you guys.